Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and this is Future Man, Season 3, Episode 6, The Land After Time. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to take care of some business first, then we'll get into things. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're going to see a video pop up at the end here. Basically, what YouTube does, takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. Up here is going to be Clone Wars, the contest results. What's going to be up there? Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the contest results. What I'm putting up there. If you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at my weekly schedule that I have up there, which I also put on my Facebook page as well. So, and speaking of Facebook, there's a Facebook group page which you guys can post stuff on and chat amongst yourselves. Also on suspendedfanimation.com, I've got all the links to my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. But no tiers set up as of yet on the Patreon page. All right. Pardon. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Thank you, Viking Bitch, for the paddle. So, while rewatching this again, I kind of hit on exactly why season 3 isn't resonating for me. It's not taking any chances. This is kind of like they knew they were done. They just kind of went through the motions. They kind of wrapped up the story, whatever. And this could have been a lot more epic. They really could have just gone, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to throw everything we can at it. It seems like they threw everything that they wanted to in season 1. I mean, come on. This one, you have Josh basically sleeping with everybody in Haven, as Wolf calls him. You're the town tetherball. Everyone's hit that. And because he keeps forgetting that he's in a relationship with all these different people. So yeah, he's the star fucker, as Wolf calls him. And they really could have played with that a lot more. They could have actually really gone to town with that like they did in the first season. Yeah, I still liked it too, Penn. I agree with you. I still liked it. It's just, it was kind of a letdown after like season 1. You could actually have some, I mean, come on, the first season where you had Josh versus Josh with the dick scene. I mean, that alone was just like, oh my fucking god, I've never seen anything like that in a movie or a TV show or anything like that, which made me fucking laugh. And I was like, yeah, you could have actually done something like that in this episode, because they mentioned it a couple times about how he still has Wolf Stick on him, and there still could have been some visual uncomfortableness with that, and they just didn't go with it. They really should have. But yeah, so they're in Haven. Wolf is trying to remember everything. Tiger has gone off to learn more about herself from a goat, and Josh is the town tetherball, fucking anything that moves, or actually they're fucking him, is what's going on. And everyone's writing in their journals and they're stacking up in the library. And Wolf has been doing breathing exercises, 3 short, 1 long, to remember what's going on. And it's just because that place, Haven, robs you of your memories, and everyone is actually kind of miserable there. They don't really realize it. They keep forgetting this. And Wolf actually keeps repeating over and over again, they think they're in heaven, but they're really in hell. They think they're in heaven, but they're really in hell. Show don't tell, they think they're in heaven, but they're really in hell, which is a song lyric, but I can't quite place it where it's at. You think you're in heaven, but you're really in hell. Shit, and I can't remember what it is. It's the lyrics to a old song, and I can't remember what it is offhand. I'll find it at some point in time, but yeah. Yeah, no elephant trunk this season exactly, Penn. So there were some good lines. There's definitely some good lines, like Wolf yelling at James Dean, and he goes, he's basically yelling at him that this place is really fucked up, and he says, "Let me yell in your face some more about how this place is so fucked up." And then of course Marilyn Monroe when she's in the relationship with Josh, and Josh is very controlling about book club. And she goes, "The Da Vinci Code? I cracked the code. It's Hardy Boys for Idiots," which I thought was hilarious. Uh, yeah, it might be Bob Marley's Time Will Tell. Exactly, Penn. Thank you. I did have Bob Marley's Greatest Hits, the 4 disc version that was playing over and over and over again. It was in my CD changer back in the day, and so yeah, Bob Marley. Thank you, Marks. So there we go. Yeah, that's where that comes from. So Future Man pulls from everything. They even the title of this, The Land After Time, is a play on the old children's classic, The Land Before Time. Um, and there's a lot of things in this, like Josh trying to tell Marilyn Monroe how, it's like she's the Olympic torch and he's got a chance to hold her. But there's a gigantic windstorm and it's afraid of snuffing out her flame. And he goes, "No, there's got to be a better way of saying this." And, he says, it's basically the candle in the wind analogy that Elton John did. And he says, like, a Zippo in a tornado is what he says. You're like a Zippo in a tornado. And honestly, these are the things that just make me laugh. They are the writing on this is still pretty damn good. It's just they needed to take a little more risk. They knew they were going out at this point. They knew this was the final season because they got word about this was the final season. They really should have just gone balls to the wall on this. But they didn't, unfortunately. And of course, Wolf going nuts because he can remember things and no one else can. And he's got all these pictures up on the wall of his Cabo Wabo retreat. And he's seeing that the hole is getting bigger. The hole in the sky is getting bigger. And he's actually been measuring it and painting it on the wall. So he remembers that this thing is getting bigger and bigger. And he goes into the meeting area, where they have their pictures that Van Gogh has painted on the walls. And he's fucked them all up and painted his own about how they're all in hell and no one likes him. And as a matter of fact, Gandhi, you know, ends up punching him. And Gandhi and Lincoln take him out and tie him up to a tree and leave him there. And of course, they're going to forget about this at this point. And Wolf has given up even at this point because he's tied to the tree and he starts forgetting until Josh realizes that, he runs to the library, sees all his journals, sees that he has been there for thousands of years. Even Tiger says she's been there for thousands of years because she's balancing all these rocks. And he goes and releases Wolf, and they start remembering because Wolf teaches them how to breathe. They go back to the Cabo Wabo, of course, and they're looking at all of his notes. And they see the little cubes. They both have their little cubes, and their little cubes connect and do a little spark. And they say, this shows our friendship. They're symbols of our friendship. But there was something else. We had a leader. And they're trying to remember who the leader is, of course. And they, of course, think it's Buddy Holly. And at the very end, you see them basically trying to start up a band, the Buddy Holly band. And it's pretty damn funny. And that's how they leave it off on that episode. I do also like that Josh's relationship with James Dean. He says, "You're like a revolutionary without a purpose." Well, maybe there's a better way to say that. So stuff like that just, really kind of made me laugh. Oh man. I mean, it's a good episode, but again, like I said, they needed to push some boundaries. They weren't going to offend anybody at this point. They were canceled anyway. You might as well just go ahead and just start pushing as many boundaries as you can. And go out big is what you should do. I mean, I know how this ends. I've seen the entire season. They do go out well, but they could have gone out a lot bigger, quite honestly. Not as big as Josh right now, but they could have gone out big. So, I know Penn liked it. Marks, you're still here. Hey, Marks, I'm just going to tell you right now, so you're not getting the socks. It's going to Jody. He does have a U.S. address, believe it or not. So, Just wanted to let you know since you're here. Uh, if we're still watching, we don't get offended. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Penn. If we're still watching, we're not going to get offended. I mean, come on. I thought, if anything, there'd be protests of Josh having a relationship with Jesus Christ, especially when he opens up the rose. He goes, oh, he has risen. And he looks down at his crotch. And that another, I mean, that there weren't any kind of riots out in the street or people protesting there. You're taking away my constitutional rights, or all that kind of shit. I'm kind of surprised that didn't happen with that little scene right there. Most likely because no one really watched it other than, a few of us. And we were laughing our asses off because it's funny. Ah, man. Some people just need to have a sense of humor sometimes. So, what else is going on this week? That wasn't offensive after watching Brad. No, exactly. And they're both by the same people, just saying, that's all it was. Oh, you didn't like season 3, Marks? Okay. I can see that. I mean, it wasn't as good. I mean, nothing was going to be as good as that first season. That first season was gold. It really was. And season 2, you could tell they actually had their budget cut. Then and they needed a little something more in season 2. But yeah, they needed to jump around a little bit more than staying in the one time that they did stay. But they sunk all their resources into that. Because Future Man wasn't mainstream or won't pull Twitter. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Yeah. Or pull, YouTube subscribers or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Whatever. So, what else do I have going on this week? Tomorrow is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And that's going to be Upload, is what that's going to be. The Amazon Prime series Upload. Thursday, I'm off. Friday is going to be Harley Quinn. That's right, Harley Quinn. Saturday might be kind of iffy right now. So I woke up this morning to no hot water, and I've got to change out my water heater on Saturday because that's when my new one comes in and all that kind of stuff. So there might not be a Saturday morning blast off. It might get moved over to Sunday. It might become Sunday morning blast off, just because shit happens, So we'll see what happens with that. Most likely it's going to be moved over to Sunday. So just so you know, no Saturday morning blast off, probably Sunday morning blast off. And then Monday, I don't have anything planned as of yet. It might be another Is It Worth My Time? I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. And then, of course, Tuesday, we come back around to Future Man. We're starting off, finishing off Future Man there. I got to find some new stuff because, I'm starting to run out of stuff here quickly. Some new stuff. So is everyone else, of course, on TV. And it's getting kind of weird out there. It really is. Pretty soon people are gonna have to talk to each other, via the interwebs and everything. And that's going to be awkward. But hey, exactly as Penn says, check the schedule on suspendedfanimation.com. And if you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. You can also hit the bell down below, but it's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at the schedule there. WYA. What's WYA, Marks? I'm horrible at acronyms now. I am. Oh, I may have to cover old shows like Farscape. What's a Farscape? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't want to cover really old shows. I mean, Farscape's what, like 40 years old now? It's like covering Star Trek or old Doctor Who. I'm going to hear about it from, a couple of people, but that's okay. Exactly. What's a Farscape, Mornings? So I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody who joined me tonight in the chat. Thank you if you made it this far in the video. I will see you guys tomorrow for Is It Worth My Time? Upload. So until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may wake up and find out that you have no hot water and have to shell out a shitload of money for a new water heater, because that's what ends up happening. Thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, take care and have a good one. Have a good night. Thanks, everyone.